it's Jennifer from Flux. Welcome to my temperature blanket update. We have not had an update since 2021. This blanket has been in progress for 2 long years. So I figured recently I would dig it out and finish it. I kind of got going on it and sort of put it aside. So if you've ever had a project like that, I've had many projects like that. Let me know in the comments, because some of these projects we get really excited when we start them and then they just sort of slide down. So I promised myself, even if it takes another 2 years, I'm going to get this blanket done. I really love the way it looks, and I have a lot that I've already completed. So I'm really determined to get it done. Now, if you've never made a temperature blanket, I'm going to just give you a little kind of overview of what we're doing here. A temperature blanket is where you choose the current year, or you can choose a special year of your life or someone that you're giving your blanket to. And each day you make a square. So each little colorful square you see here represents a day in the year 2021 is when I made this blanket. So we made a kind of a key to, and we designated each color to a temperature. So I made this little chart. The link down below, the introduction to this project where I show you how to make everything, if you want to make this now, is found below. So I'll put the link down below if you want to start one. But this one has been so much fun, but you know, I start working on other things and it kind of shifts over to the side for a while. So we're going to get this done. But our join as you go colors, you can see I used black yarn this time. I've used white in the past. We've made temperature scarves, shawls. I made a different blanket where I did 2 color square, where I did the high and the low of each day. That was fun. This one was the average daily, and we did 0 or less than 0 to 10 degrees. We did degrees Fahrenheit in orchid. So if we go down, here's some orchid squares down here. 11 degrees to 20 degrees was amethyst. So we have some here. And 21 to 30 degrees, I did Delft blue, which is kind of like this medium blue here down at the bottom. 31 to 40 degrees, we did in this lovely turquoise color called, this color here called turquoise, this bright turquoise down here. And then 41 to 50 degrees, we did a color called minty. Oh, as a side note, this is all Red Heart Super Saver, every color that you see here. So 41 to 50 degrees, we did minty. We had a lot of that down here. And then as we worked up through the year, this is where we began too. I have a little stitch marker where I began. If you notice, it's a solid black square because that was my month marker. So that marked January. And then as we worked through the next square, I worked around, sort of like wrapped it like a snake, and I did February was my next marker, and so forth. All right, back to the colors. So spring green here was 51 to 60 degrees for spring green. The bright yellow was 61 to 70 degrees. 71 to 80 degrees was represented as this bright orange called pumpkin. 81 to 90 degrees, when it's getting really hot in the summer, is this perfect pink. And this bright pink up here, this hot pink, is called grenadine, and that is 91 to 100 degrees plus. So I get, where I live, my climate is the full run of this scale. So anyway, I am about to mid to end of the summer on my joints. And as I look at all these ends, as you can see, it's a little crazy. So this pile over here represents what I have left to join. This is about 5 months worth of squares. As you can see, they're all done. So all the squares are done. This is what the little squares look like. This is what they look like when we do a join as you go. Again, the instructions are in the link down below if you'd like to start one on your own. So we have some markers, we have summer colors, and then back into winter. So I wanted to show you one last thing, and I have to grab it. I keep this plastic sleeve. This is my chart. So I also explain this in the link down below, but I'll show it to you again. So I went and printed this blank calendar, which the link can be found on the post if you want to do one. And what I did was I had a little system. So I recorded every day and I did a symbol. So T for turquoise, for example, G for grenadine, P for pumpkin, and so forth. So I would record the temperature and then M for example, minty. So this day on April 3rd, 43 degrees, and so that made it 43 degrees, made it a minty day. So as each day progressed, they got a little square. And then in my time, my free time, I would just incorporate them into the blanket. So I am up to, I'm in kind of mid-August right now. So my system was, I recorded the temperature, designated the color to it with a little letter. And then once I made the color square, I would highlight it. So as you can see, all the squares are highlighted because all the squares are complete. Now, as each one got incorporated onto the main blanket, it would get a line through it. So as you can see, January's done, February, March, April, May, June, July, and then half of August. I'm right about here, August 12th to be exact. And then the little check marks up here is, it gets one check mark when all the little squares are made. It gets the second check mark when it's been incorporated into the blanket for the whole month. So that is what we have so far. So like I said, this was from 2021, and I am still working on it. So, you know, it's totally fine. I am fine with that. I didn't just stuff it away and forget about it. This is still very much an active project. So what I'm planning on doing moving forward is I'm shooting for like next month or so. I want to get the rest of the squares on here. So I have the rest of August, September, October, November, and December to add on to here. So this is where we began at the bottom. We're working through summer right now. And so this will be about twice as tall when we come back. So next month or so, I'm going to show you all the squares joined together. And then I was thinking, I did actually have a question the other day. Someone else is still working on there. So that made me feel really happy that maybe we can just kind of support each other through this. But we will get this done. And then I was thinking, when I did my other granny temperature blanket, I did one of every color as a border edge. So I think I'm going to do that. But I will update you as we finish and get all of these squares joined. And then the next step will be to add the border, and then we'll have a big reveal. So if any of you are working on a temperature project, let me know in the comments below if you're thinking about one. I also have a temperature roundup. So if you want kind of a different project, I also have a temperature scarf, temperature shawl, a little bit bigger of a granny blanket where I do a 2-round color square and then a neutral join as you go. I think I did white. But some people do, some person did a turquoise join as you go color. That was a really interesting blanket. So anyway, I will keep you updated on this. And, I was really excited to show you this because it's just been, put away for a while. So, got it back out. I had a few more squares to do. I did those about a week or so ago, and I'm going to work on getting these all joined so I can show you the whole thing all joined together, and then will be time for the border. So stay tuned. In about a month or so, we'll update this again until this project is complete. So that is my temperature update. Again, links are down below if you want to start one on your own. This is a great time of year, but you can really start one anytime. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Fiber Flux video updates. Thanks again.